Oh, excuse me. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome. I hope we're all doing good. Today might be a shorter stream. We'll see how much I wake up during this, because often I do find myself waking up a little bit more during the streams. But I have to say, today is probably the most exhausted I've been ever streaming. Like, I'm really tired. I'm really doing some bad stuff in real life, trying to stay up very late, and it's a bad idea. So, I'm a bit delirious at the moment. I'm also pretty irritable. So, it seems like that could be a recipe for disaster. But, it is Master. It's time for a stream. And by God, I'm going to do the stream. So, it's not that we won't have fun. We probably just won't expand too much. And we're going to make sure we get the basics complete at the very least, and we might end up having a little bit of a shorter stream here. So yeah, make sure to type no one types feels bad, man. I mean, you know, I'm acutely aware of the fact. You know how people get when they're very tired. You know how you can get a bit irritable. But I'm acutely aware of that fact. So hopefully my awareness of the fact will stave it off a little bit. But it also means I'm a little bit empty on inspiration. So up until the past 5 minutes, I was thinking today we would look at another bit long-term unlock for the stream. And I was actually going to park lots of characters on my account. Similar to how Azric is parked here in the Fire Island chain. I was going to park up to 10 characters. Now, that's based off some mails you guys have given me and some of the feedback from yesterday's stream, which I'm going to read out as well. However, looking on the wiki, I've realized that what I was proposing to do would be at least a 100-day project. So, what we're talking about is doing everything we've done so far on the stream, tripling it, and adding it on. So we wouldn't be done until like day 130 to day 140, day 150. It would take that long. That's a lot of what I'm considering, which would take a lot of micromanagement. So I think we're going to have to find another solution, which will involve spending lots of gold. Now, speaking of gold, look at this. We don't even have 400 anymore. The reason for that is the people that I had done Fractals with the most recent few days seem bored of it again already. So, well, I don't know. We might do it some other days as well, but I feel like it might. We didn't do it like yesterday. So I had to pug it. And in pugs, I felt like I needed something of a better build. So I bought a bunch of plus 9s. So I spent like another 120 gold or something. For what it's worth, I played a little bit of Warrior. Warrior looks really easy and really comfortable in Fractals at the moment. Like, you can kind of play like with axe, mace. You just run the maces for break bars, and the rest of it's just pretty much eviscerating and using all the axe abilities off cooldown, essentially. I mean, obviously you can min-max a bit harder. But, so yeah, I spent a ton more money there just on plus 9s. And I could have, you know, salvaged the plus 9s from other characters on my account, but didn't strike me as something very fun to do. So yeah, I don't know. Just slowly but surely, we not slowly, rapidly. We have rapidly ran out of money over the past little while, and we're gonna have to figure that out. But yeah, I'll stop speaking so cryptically soon enough. Very tangibly, we're gonna keep going with the carnival tokens. This is easy enough, you know. Just grab some eggs. We might even have enough for the heart here. Let's have a look. There you go, we do. Look, that's really not too bad, okay? We buy our voucher, 10k karma. So here, you'll see that I have not got much karma here. I haven't got like the 100k. It's because all I did with Fractals today was T4s. I didn't have time to do recommendeds or to do CMs. I went back off to do something else that I prioritized instead. So, yeah, we're really struggling here pretty much. But we'll see. Okay, so yeah, we got our voucher. That's our third one of those in the bag. That means there's not going to be any minis we'll be able to buy today. Let's get going with the races and snag some of these medallions. This is a bit of a slow burner as well. It feels like it's going to be a while before. I mean, so what are we at? We're only at 87, and we need to get all the way up to 275. These feel like they've slowed down a lot. I only missed one day. It was only one day of roller beetle races that we missed. And yet, oh my god, these feel like they've slowed down. And it's not that we're doing that much worse on golds, I think. I mean, yesterday we did okay on golds. Maybe I'm just growing impatient with it. On this race, I always feel like I need to be a little bit more on the left on that initial opening bubble, so that I stay on the ground more. I mean, there's a reason the devs put it a little bit more on the left, right? You have to think. So yeah. Do you use karma enrichment on an ascended amulet to maximize karma gain? Actually, yes. On my Tempest, I do quite deliberately have, who's the main person I did a lot of fractals on, I have karma enrichment on there. However, the warrior that I played yesterday, no, that's not set up with a karma enrichment because, you know, I was a bit strapped for time and I had to just quickly get all the stuff and I couldn't really spend the time to, you know, sort it out. Realistically, what I'd love to do as well, and maybe I have been doing, is put a birthday booster on list too, so you get the karma benefit from that. I think those new spirit banners as well from the new world boss stuff are also giving karma boosts, probably. There, did you see that Earth Elemental? I could have sworn I was going to hit it and it had collision. We got that corner. Good, we didn't miss that bubble. We didn't hit the post on the left or that turret. All right, we've pretty much lucked our way through this. I'm so tired and so bad at games at the moment. You guys have got no idea. And yet we've actually managed to muddle through this on gold with a reasonable amount of time left too. Are we the first person to do that today? I think we are, right? No, we're not. We're fourth. We're fourth in line. Anyway, so get that. Moving on very quickly. So yeah, you know, I have done what I can. You guys did offer some more advice. It sounds a lot like the Dragonfall plan is the one to go with. And I'm not sure how much that I'll stream that, because I'm not sure how entertaining it will be to watch a stream of Dragonfall, of a Dragonfall meta every day. I mean, we can definitely sustain on a few of them because it's new content and people like watching new content. But I don't know how much further beyond, you know, a week or two at most. But the theory is on Dragonfall, if you guys have a look, general... Sorry, it's story journal for War Eternal. There's these kinds of achievements here. The Burning Forest Slayer is to kill 1,000 things in the Burning Forest. And then there's like kill 1,000 things in Melanju's domain and kill 1,000 things here. Thanks very much for the sub, Spaghetti. I'm so tired I'll probably forget at the end of the stream to thank everyone, so I'll try and do it on the way. So the idea is, the theory is to max out the Karmic Retribution on that map. Chain birthday boosters and enrichments and just try and spam karma as hard as possible while doing those metas to get that AP from those Slayer things. And I think we're about to read a mail I'm going to get basically advising me that. But I saw some of you guys in chat also saying the same thing. And that might be the best way to go about karma for now. I do still think that the 30 million ballpark is what we're looking at. But that might not be too bad. And in conjunction with some daily fractal work, I think we could be there. What's this? Spam the candy corn gobbler? Oh, yeah, that gives you boosters, right? That gives you karma boosters. That bush, by the way, I mean, what the hell? I was pretty much blind to that bush as I ran into it there. But I'm going to put that down to my tiredness. My powers of observation will be failing me quite majorly here. I hate that because that's such a clean boost. This is so bad as well. That turnaround is so slow. That's such a clean boost to pull off. And here we can't really... I'm going to try it. I just sort of feel like we have to. There we go. We managed to work our way through it. We might still be gold. You never know. It's going to be down to, like, the last second. I missed gold the other day. I don't know. Was it on stream? If it was on stream, this is, like, the most pointless thing to talk about because you guys would have already seen it. But I missed gold. And I saw... It was on this course. And I had a sense that I was going to miss gold. I hit like a tree or something, like a lamppost right around here on the course. And I knew I was going to miss it. Yeah, we've missed it by ages there. I knew I was going to miss it, and I was like, this feels off. But I knew it was going to be close. And I ended up being right that I missed it. Down to a, like, 400th of a second. It was insane. Like this here. You see how I missed that as I started? I got really irritated there. Inside, I got really irritated that ArenaNet positioned this between these stumps right at the start, and there's such a technical, like, irksome, lumbering moment at the beginning of this, and I got really irritated by it. And I know that's just because I'm tired. It doesn't actually, you know, it has no real bearing on the real world. But, yeah, what was I saying? Something about karma. I don't know. The boosters might not actually boost Karmic Retribution consumable stuff like there. What is that? Okay, I'm gonna not bother with gold anymore because this is gonna last too long and I'm gonna get too frustrated with it. So we'll go for silvers today. It'd be nice if we get gold on this course, since otherwise this is all just wasted time. I may as well just got silver a moment ago and then moved on. So we'll see. What is the bulk of the karma? I think that question is. I can hardly look at it in time. The bulk of the karma is going on minis. Oh shit! I didn't look at the archway. I think we've missed gold, but okay, we'll follow our promise here and we'll just go nice and slow with this. The bulk of it is going on minis across season 3. There's a selection of Norn weapons, cultural weapons that I still need, like a good chunk of those. And what else is there? There's another big karma sink as well. But yeah, basically season 4, season 3 minis. And tonics as well to an extent too. Oh, also I think, doesn't Fractal God cost a lot of karma? I know it's relics. I know it's integrated matrices and stuff. I know it's pages. Is karma on there? Karma might well be on there. We got gold. We're good. All right. Good God, that was worth it. So, yeah, that's kind of the thing. Basically, we've probably got about 20 to 30 minis and tonics to buy across the seasons. Probably around there. That might be a high estimate, honestly. That might be a bit high. But each one's going to be over 100 grand a pop. So, that's where I'm guessing. Yeah. T3 cultural weapons. I have all the Sylvari ones. I have all the... I have everything. It's just except the Norm ones. And it's just a little point to you guys as well. Again, I really feel the need to express this. Because you might watch this series and think, WP's so far away, why would he ever even think about this? Like, what a stupid idea. You might think that. No one's actually said that to me, but, you know, you might think that. And I just want to say, you know, yes, I'm far away from beating it. However, one of the things to consider is how far I've already come. And karma weapons, cultural weapons, are a great example. Last year, after the Sandswept Isles came out, I spent many hours grinding for karma exclusively on that map. Perhaps between PvP queues or just grinding all on its own. Watching podcasts on YouTube. And watching various shows. There's like a lot of things. Like, for example, I got really into the now deceased YouTuber Total Biscuit playing... what was that board game? What was it called? They were playing a game on Tabletop Simulator. I completely forget. It's a game about fascism. What's it called? Hitler something. Secret Hitler, okay. I watched like hours of all these different people collaboratively playing Secret Hitler on YouTube in the Sandswept Isles. And I mean hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. And all of that was for karma. You would grind on karma for hours and then finally go buy some more cultural weapons. And each time you went back to the cultural weapon vendor, you'd be able to pick up like 2 of them, right? And you just slowly go through getting all the human ones and the Sylvari sections, particularly getting all of those Warden ones. I think T3 is Warden stuff. They don't even look that good, right? And it just took so long. I actually already had a lot of them as well from the old school PvP setup when you had the old Phoenix tokens and stuff. So I already had a few of them. But it was a lot of karma grind. So I've already done a shit ton, okay? So, like, it's one of the reasons I'm still excited about Master, just because it's like, well, look, you know, I've got such an incredible baseline. Even though I've got this massive grind for the final Norn ones, I'm all right because I've done 4/5 of the work already, you know? And that feels pretty good to me, you know? It feels like, it's that thing I'm always going on about, which is... to have 4/5 of it done doesn't really mean anything to anyone. No one really cares. You can't... You have to go on this whole obnoxious story that I just delivered to you all to really, you know, give a sense of how much work I feel I've done on that, right? And I'm obviously exaggerating here. Most of you guys don't give a shit about karma, and that's fine, right? So you're going to think this whole thing's a bit pointless. But for me, it was a lot of work, and I'm proud of it. But it's 4/5 of a thing. What does that mean? However, if we go the full 5 out of 5, now it feels like there's meaning there. You know, you add that last fifth, and all of a sudden it's like, okay, we've accomplished something. So, yeah, you know, and Master in general is a lot like that. You know, I can look at any novelty section. I can look at any mail carrier. I can look at the finishers. And I can say, well, look, I've done all this, but I just need that last chunk, you know. And even if that chunk is a gargantuan chunk, it's a chunk I want to get. Yeah, yeah, it was his memorial a couple of months ago. Definitely was. It's funny because people go through this in life, right? Like, I don't know how old you guys are listening to me right now, right? I don't know where you are in your life. Maybe you're still in school. Maybe you're at college. Maybe you've been at work for a while. Maybe, you know, you've just changed career. Maybe you've been in the same career for years and years and years and years and years, and you're way older than me. Whatever, right? Like, I don't know who you are, but everyone will go through a moment, particularly if you're quite on the young scale, where you just don't think about your own health. You just don't. You don't think, oh, I might be dead in 6 months. You just don't think that. But everyone at some point in their life will have a moment where a friend or a family member, someone in their age bracket, suddenly, you know, kicks the bucket and something really horrible happens to them. And it just opens your eyes and it makes you think, oh my God. There, that was a good boost. For the first time we ever got that boost. And it makes you think, wow, this could happen to me. That's crazy. Now, TB's older than me, or was older than me. So I still have a little bit of a shield there. But it's such an... What? Really? That's such an extraordinary event to me. You know, I wish I could say, oh, I was really sad because this content meant a lot to me. And, you know, all this kind of sappy stuff. To be honest, I didn't really feel much of a kindred spirit or whatever in that way, you know. I never fell too deep into the whole parasocial relationship aspect of that. But it did shake me in one way especially. And it shook me in the way that, you know, just that realization that, holy crap, I could just be a couple of years left on Earth, you know. You really could be. And that's extremely, you know, that's one of those little things. I think that there's probably like 30 or 40 things like that you go through in life. And they all build up to change you from being, you know, the teenager in your heart to the eventual adult you'll become. It's little moments like that just, you know, make you realize you're alone in the world, or you genuinely are vulnerable, or you know, you are this, you are that, and you know, there's all these things. So yeah, a bit of a depression open, but there you go. I think it's important to talk about, you know, and I think it's important to think about these things. So I think a lot of in a bizarre way, sort of good will have come of that, because it would have opened people's minds to getting their health checked early and whatnot. Anyway. Now I'm depressed. Good job, WP. Yeah, who doesn't want to get depressed in the morning? Who doesn't want to? I'll just assume it's because of the roller beetle races. It's alright. This course is going okay. We're on track for silver. I want to say we're doing better, but I cannot trust my perception of time right now. I absolutely cannot. This could be just awful. I feel like we've got a lot of good boosts in a row here, though. Well, I haven't really focused on racing lines. Here, I still feel like I do this bit rubbish. But, I mean, what can I say? Here we can turn left. You never actually have to boost or drift there. And I'm getting okay at that. WebMD says I'm dying. You know, there have been other things that I've had to face mortality as well. I mean, I don't know, you know, even, I don't mean like real life stuff. I mean, even here, as Wooden Potatoes on the internet, right? Wooden Potatoes, the YouTuber. We used to have a regular at our streams, a guy called Wax Screwdriver. And he was a really, really awesome member of the community. He was a very regular watcher, would type in chat all the time. And then it sort of turned out he was terminally ill. This was a few years ago now, and you know, he passed away. And I ended up speaking to his sister after he was gone. He said, you know, he meant a lot to you, blah blah blah. You know, that's a very personal moment for me as well. Just another thing where it's like, wow. You know, just think any of those names in chat right now could be. I mean, I shouldn't make a joke about that. Could be you next. You know, but there are these terrible things you sort of realize. Okay. Do we get extra rambly and off topic when we're tired? I think that's all of the races, right? We opened on Mount Maelstrom. We did Diessa. Oh, wait. Snowden. We didn't do Snowden. Let's grab this. What do you do, if anything, that you weren't doing a year ago to live healthier? Just curious. Not much, really. A year ago, I was on much more of a health kick than I am right now. Unfortunately, I very much, I don't like fad diet or anything like that, but I am a very yo-yo-y person in terms of the things I really care about. And so sometimes I'll really care about my health, and I'll eat really healthy for a while. And, you know, I'll drop some pounds, and I'll be feeling really good. And then, oh, did you guys see the candy corn there? I could even harvest it for a second. That was crazy. And then I'll, you know, and that'll last. That could last like 6-7 months. And then I'll just like completely lose enthusiasm for it, and it just won't be there. And I'll basically undo any good I've done, you know, in terms of health. It's not just like with food. I think food is the most important thing for people's personal hygiene. Not hygiene, but, you know, health and fitness. But also, you know, like using standing desks or regular exercise. I do. That's not to say I live a horrible, slovenly, exerciseless life right now, but I definitely don't watch what I eat as well as I did a year ago. Right? And I'll probably live like this for X months, and then I'll go on a kick again. So I'm either feeling really good or really bad, right? And it just yo-yos up and down like that. That's pretty much me. I'm in a perpetual state of that, you know. And I think the thing is, I'm quite, I mean, maybe this really is getting a bit personal, but I'm quite harsh on myself, I think, in some ways. In that I'm never really... Wait, what? We didn't even get silver there. How was that slow? Really? Holy shit. Like, when I would have been really healthy for a long time and doing pretty good and, like, really getting a lot of exercise in and lifting a lot of weights and doing very well or whatever it is for that year, you know, that window of time, I never, like, have a moment where I'm like, oh, yeah, I feel really good. This has really paid off. I'm always just, like, wanting to drive myself more and more. And because I don't do that, I think I eventually just sort of crack and then sort of revert to my old ways kind of thing. It's that really cheesy, hackneyed thing that a psych will probably tell you. You need to learn to love yourself. There we go. We only just missed gold. But I probably do suffer from that a little bit. As I think most people do. You know, I don't think that's a particularly major revelation or whatever. All right, there we go. Okay, medallions. We only got 1 gold. Look, if ever there were... Oh, no. We got 4. That's not bad. Did we get gold Brisbane today? We didn't, did we? 1, 2, 3, 4? Did we just get gold Brisbane? Oh, sorry, did I get gold here? Was this the gold I got? I got gold there. Hey, that wasn't bad. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. So we were at 87. Consume those. The prizes. We're almost back up to 150 now, so we could buy one of these. Once I get past this threshold, where these go white, I'm alright. I feel a bit happy with myself. I'm like, oh yeah, you know, we've got a bulk. We've got something. But it's at this point where I've been going like 3 days in a row now of races, and I can't even buy the first tier. That feels bad. All right, but there you go. Okay, so we got that. Now, the next thing I want to do is this. Well, okay. I want to do recommendeds for pages. So, and I want to do the gin thing. Okay, so here's what we're going to do, guys. I'm on EU, by the way, today. At the moment, EU. I got gold in Brisbane just barely. All right, nice. I'm pretty happy with that. I think that's the first Brisbane gold you've seen, and I was rambling about whatever. Wait, because you didn't reset the timer when you started. The gin tonic event? No. This is way lamer than that, Valen. This is a pretty lame thing that I just need to do. So, what we need to do is go to the Derelict Delve. We've got 2 checks first. First check is to see if it's on the board. If it's on the board, we get a squad together, we do it. If it's not on the board, we check if the bounty's up. Having recently been completed behind our back. Okay, it's not on the board, so we run. How is the sky scale here? I don't have the masteries, so I can't wall cling. I mean, he does bottom out pretty quick. She bottoms out pretty quick. It. I should get used to saying it so I don't mess it up constantly. And get people mad in chat. For some reason, the snow texture looks really good and really nice right now. I'll tell you why, alright? Because when you're a high IQ PvPer, such as myself, I don't know why I keep... When most of what you're doing is just queuing, there's not much snow you get to experience. There's a bit in Temple, sure, but there's also a lot of Temple that doesn't feel very snowy. So you get to go to places like this and it's really refreshing, and it just makes me wish that they had more of it elsewhere. So let's go... Really? Really? What kind of gap did he just close to get caught by the raptor there? It's not that slow when you do 4 dashes with the sky scale. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the sky scale's bad. I'm just saying with no masteries right now, I'm not sure how to judge it. I'm not sure how to value it. But, okay, I'm going to just list out the things I want to do here today. This is such an irritating gin to get to as well. But first I want to read your mails to prompt the discussions. Thing number 1 is this, okay? There's a legendary bounty. We've got to kill it. Let me tat a squad up just in case. I mean, this might be pointless because we're going to Fractals if it's not there. Holy shit, am I really this high? Was this really this pointless to go this far? I can't mount him in midair. Let's take the Griffin, who feels a bit titchy by comparison. All right, it's not here. I never see it here. I can never chance it. All right. So all of that said, the squad is not relevant right now unless we see that the bounty is here. Where's my cursor? There's my cursor. All right, it's not. Okay, let's do Fractals. Anybody want to do recommendeds? They're easy. They're quick as anything. We're not doing CMs. We're just getting a couple of pages because pages is what I need for Fractal God eventually. So instead of just doing T4s, which I was stuck doing for a long time, I need to just remember to do a couple of pages. And this has been going on through all the Guild Wars Master streams, but I haven't shown you. I've not had it on stream at any point. So I'll show you now. If you want to do it, it's EU. Anyone is welcome. I don't care about the comp. They're low, easy Fractals that you can basically solo. You may as well come in for them. Don't be intimidated. Fractals are this weird thing where people think they're by nature hard. They're not. It's recommended. It's pages. It's very, very quick. So we're going to go in. We're going to go tier 1. And we're going to do the Molten Boss at scale 10, okay? Right. Anyway, so we're going to do Fractals. We're going to do that Djinn thing. We'll go back and look for the bounty and do the squad thing with the Djinn thing in a minute. And then what we're also going to do is something to do with Crate and the Bubble Breather. Right. Which I was hinting at earlier. Hinting, is that the right word? Let's go to our mails, which you see here are full. Now, Mnemonic Malenko. This is the person with the really good advice from yesterday's stream. Which, by the way, I think was a very cool stream. Once again, I'll just remind everybody. So, let's see what Mnemonic Malenko says this time. Malenko? Here we go. Hi, I'm sure you've accumulated many ornate rusted keys from the 10 crate kills daily. I fitted this into my daily tech routine, he says, which is a good idea. If you do all Fractals every day, when you do Nightmare CM, you get 10 crate kills every time. So yes, I have been gathering keys. Sometimes I actually miss it. I've got it 12 days in a row here. Sometimes I have missed it just because I've been like basically really shit during the phases where you well, not shit, but, you know, focusing on heals and basically applying 0 pressure or doing the little height jump puzzle things or skipping early to aggro some mobs and then everything's dead before I get back already. Anyway, yes, I have been getting the keys. So the idea of these keys is you put them in chests. There's like 10 chests around the world that you can open every day or something. But you have to open them in order. And so if you wanted to do this every day, if you wanted to grind this content out, the fastest way to do it would be to take 10 separate characters and park them next to 10 separate chests in Tyria and character swap 10 times at the start of every stream to spend the keys every stream. And that I actually kind of like. It's like we'd have 10 Azurics sitting around, and we'd just do that every stream. I actually think that's kind of cool, and I would be up for that, all right? So let's see what Mnemonic says. By the way, I usually a chrono just ports me through this, so I actually have no idea where I'm going. I'm sure you've accumulated many. I get them from daily. You might want to consider doing the Master Diver achievement, as it's repeatable for a ton of AP. You could park various characters at the 10 sunken treasures and log into them daily. You also get swim speed infusions, which can be traded for the Diver's Aqua Breather skin, which can also drop from the chests. You can tick off another section of your wardrobe. And this is actually true. My vault, I can't do it because I'm in a Fractal now. I was thinking I would be showing you guys this actually in-game. In my vault, I have every Aqua Breather in the game, except those. They're new content. I did videos covering it, but I never really participated, like so much in 2017 and 18, frankly. I've done videos on things. We want to kill this Resonator first, I think. But I haven't really engaged with it enough. Now, you can get these. They're basically bubbles that appear on your head. They're pretty cool. You know the bubble glider? It's like that over your face. And, you know, it's fun stuff. Oh, God, that guy's dying. Let me heal him up. And I do want them. And when I do that, that's actually like finishing a whole section of the vault as well, you know. Which I like, you know. It's one of the reasons why I want all the tridents, because I only need like 3 tridents, and then I've got all of them in the whole game, you know. So, you know, that's pretty exciting. However, all of this said, I did wiki this just before the stream. And there's a little note here. So go for the oscillator here, because he dazes, applies protection, and just generally slows this down. It's a scale 10, so it doesn't really matter, but this is the first target, I think is a good idea. I could be breaking break bars as well by holding my inventory. This is how I've settled on my inventory, by the way, guys, like this. You can still read chat. It's close to your skills, so you can sort of... your eye gets dragged down here sometimes anyway because of cooldowns. So it's easy to readjust the cursor. And just while playing, you can just grab the metal rods. I'm on Paralyzation Sigil as well, for what it's worth, which means you can basically one-shot a break bar with the extra stun on the metal rod. So yeah, it's kind of nice. Anyway, I looked on Wiki, and it says this. Performing the Sunken Treasure Hunter daily yields 1 key a day, which results in 2 to 4 swim speed plus 10s from sunken chests, and an additional 5 every 10 days. This means if you did this method, it would take between 113 and 204 days to acquire. Now, those are the facts as I understand them. You guys in chat are welcome to dispute this, but that sounds way too long for me. So what I would rather do is, instead of the next 200 days of Master swapping in on 10 different characters, I would rather just buy them off the TP. Now, just for the funsies, I would actually love to have a plus 22, or whatever the most expensive thing in the game is. I think that's kind of hilarious. Increased swim speed, plus 22. I mean, come on, right? So, yeah, I was thinking of just buying them, and then we could get the bubble breather there. So that's that thing. Now, let's look at my transactions. Actually, wait, historical transactions? Yeah, here, check it out. 2 sales did come in. Just a matter of hours ago, these were. I collected these, the Gold Skimmer and the Aqua Jackal. That didn't finish any of the sections, but I think we need just 1 more Jackal now and 1 more Skimmer or something, and we're done. So, pretty good. They're slowly coming in on that as well. So that's something that we had while I'm looking at the TP. I may as well explain to you guys. So, by the way, there's a lot of cool shit with singularities and fractals that I've been learning about lately. So, for example, your Chrono can just spam all the wells in the game. Your Warrior can spam all the banners in the game if the fight's going to be near the singularity. And then you can all just pick up... And then what you, as the Tempest, can do is you can Sand Scroll to juggle the boons and extend all the boons in the game except, like, Resist and maybe Retail. I don't know. Maybe Retail gets added in there. But you can give stability as well when you swap into Earth. So you can juggle it like this, and then you can hit the singularity and do it again for, like, just massively increased boon duration. You just have these insane bars filled with boons that just completely... what's the word I'm looking for? I'm too tired. It doesn't invalidate Fractals, but it makes Fractals really comfortable. I don't know what pugs do here, by the way. I think is when you're bad at the game, you do the Berserker first, but I've never actually seen this technique. So I'm used to killing the other one first. I don't know why. I'm not saying I'm good at the game. I'm just saying I've got someone who is good at the game who's been basically carrying me through this stuff. So actually, two very good people at the game that have been carrying me through this stuff that I know very closely. So I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I guess we kill him second on a slower run. But yeah, that's pretty cool. And what you can do as well is if you're a warrior, as I said, I was playing warrior today, what you can do is play a human warrior and abuse singularities to not just spam all the banners, but you can also precast a Hounds of Balthazar as a human. And it's actually a tangible, you know, benefit. And you can run in there with Hounds of Balthazar at the start and use those, then swap to, you know, Rampage or Headbutt if you're a Berserker or whatever. So that's kind of fun too. There's all these precast mechanisms that are just really easily accessible via GG because all your cooldowns reset like mad. Elementalists can do stuff with like lightning hammers, I think. Basically spam them out so that people open bursts on the bosses with hammers. Okay, yeah, not that any of them matters on a scale 10. That's very true. Yeah, so let me see in chat. So there's two, basically here's my question. Let me just illustrate this very clearly and I'm looking for an answer in chat. Here's my question. Ready guys? Carry me with your collective community knowledge. The note on Wiki saying between 113 and 204 days based on luck. Is that divided by 10 if I do it on 10 characters a day? That's my question to you. Second, if it is, well, that's all well and good, but can I get a key? Can I get 10 keys a day? I thought I could only get 1 key a day. In which case, again, the trading post is looking like the answer. I'm going to kill this mosquito and probably lightning flash if this guy doesn't know how to do... Well, this is the hardest one right now. Do we trust Cecil Karen? So the time is at 38. If these players are good, they don't need a call or anything. They're just watching this. And the second this starts to count down, they grab their thing. There you go. It's counting down. Cecil is not looking, so he's not grabbing it. He's waiting for a call. He's just typed R in chat here. I'm guessing you're on the stream, Cecil, so hopefully I'm not being too offensive to you. But pro tip for you, have your own initiative. Oh, he's going. He's trying it. Consider using Black Lion lock breakers for the keys. Oh, do they let you take crate keys? 8 seconds. He hit the trap. 5. I could have Gale songed him. 4, 3, 2. He got it. Well done. Good job, buddy. Well done. Alright, I need to read chat now. It's really hard to be exhaustedly tired, play the game, do commentary, and read chat. It shouldn't be. Since this is a depression stream, I just want to let you know I found out the Dragonfall meta introduced a new weapon set. It's basically the same thing as the portal weapons. Boring reshade of skin, very, very rare acquisition. No, really? And is it... There's no currency bypass. Oh, that does sound a bit depressing. But, I mean, maybe it's just a matter of... Do you know what that means, guys? That could mean that we have to do a dragon stand a day, every day, and a dragon fall a day, every day, and a Tequatl a day, every day, and fractals a day, every day, only for the next 200 days on that one. And that's not an exaggeration or a joke in any way. Everything I just said there. Dodge. Oh, his AoE's really small. CC. Broke it. That's pretty depressing. I think they look per character, so each character would have to do 10 in order to... Someone type in a full sentence. What can I do this key thing? I really want the answer to be yes, because I'd love to spend, you know... I would do 10 days of that. I would do 10 days of the character swapping. Hell, I'd even go up to like 25 or so. What we did with Amnoon, I think was fine. I'm happy to do that. What we're doing with races, you know, is going to be about, you know, that's 2 months worth of work for all the novelties. But I'm still enjoying that to the extent as stream entertainment. I don't think it's too ludicrous. You can do a lot of characters each day, but you can only get 1 guaranteed keeper each day. So it's not. So what this male mnemonic said isn't actually really any help. right? Because what does it matter if you can only get a couple of keys? Unless you do the Black Lion thing. But for the Black Lion thing, I'd need massive quantities of Black Lion keys. And I do not have, even with the amount of ranked that I play, I do not have that kind of funds, those kinds of funds, unfortunately. What I'd have to do is, oh, by the way, another thing what I need to do, okay, here's a technique I'd love to hear, right? This is a scummy thing I'm about to say, but I really think, listen to all the things I just talked about, okay? Listen, guys, all right, it's hard. Another thing I need to do, not every day, but every week, is I need a World versus World Diamond chest every week, all right? So that I can get the backpack there, all right? I need a World versus World Diamond chest every week. Who the fuck said there's no content in Guild Wars 2? This shit's crazy. There's so much to do, okay? Now, however, one thing you can do is go... I could server swap to a dead server where the matchup doesn't matter very much, okay? All right? And there's not queues, okay? And then I can go to the Eternal Battleground. I can build my own trebuchet in, like, my home garrison or whatever. And you can, like, treb. There's, like, certain places you can build trebs and angles where all you ever have to do is just hold the button down. Like, you literally just hold down left mouse button. And it just permanently sieges a wall, which permanently keeps your participation up. Which means you're permanently rolling in rewards and building the diamond chest. And you basically just sit there for X hours until eventually he's going to go invulnerable. We're not going to get the break bar or anything. I probably should have helped with might there. Maybe we could have got this. Yeah, 1%? We did get it. We did get it. I'll go to the far side now. I'll drop that metal bar on the floor there and pick that up again in a second for the break bar in the actual fight. So anyway, I think that's a thing you can do in World versus World. And what that would mean is while I'm PvPing, I just hold down left mouse button and I can get rewards. And I don't have to worry about actually playing the crappiest game type in Guild Wars. Alright, maybe that's a bit unfair. But, oh, his break bar's already down. Okay. So, does anyone have any further clarification or explanation on that for me? Because I don't actually know, and I'm not even sure how frowned on it would be. There I could have either dodged or given stab. Stab probably would have been better. None of this matters because they're recommended, so whatever. Good job, guys. We're going to do our T3 rec now, and we'll be out. Don't AFK the pips. Aren't you going to work on Ultimate Dominator? Work on those at the same time. Oh. Well, hold on. Didn't they nerf the shit out of all the World vs. World achievements so they're easy now? Let's see. I've got some of them. Ultimate Dominator. Was Ultimate Dominator left as, like, the one prestige thing? You know how PvP has Champion, Brawler, and Conqueror, which are just long-term goals, right? Which I've almost got. Doesn't World vs. World leave one, but the rest were all nerfed to hell? You need 250,000. Here it is, Realm Avenger, isn't it? Yeah. So I have 13,000, and I need 250. I don't want to look at that. I don't want to think about the fact that that shit exists. Look, the only way we're ever going to make it, guys, is we have to be slow. We have to look at the things we can do. Oh, no. Because I have to Zerg, basically. You can't get 250,000 kills roaming. So the only content that's not entirely brain dead, you're not going to get Ultimate Dominator from. What? Someone tell me I need to click... I can't dodge underwater unless I click the UI, so I have to... I wasn't ready. Someone convince me that a build that's fun in a Zerg. Anyone, please. I know we might get the Alliance update, and I'm hoping that that will actually make me excited. Anything that's not brain dead in a Zerg. Anything. And justify it. World vs. World reset as a Scourge. But Fractals at reset. I've got so many raid skins to get as well. In terms of time efficiency, it's probably better for me to buy raids at this point. I heard last night that the going price for a full Wings 1 through 4 is about 1,000 gold. to buy that for 1,000 gold. But 1,000 gold a week, I mean, I don't have that kind of money either. I'd have to be a TP baron to be able to do that. I had fun with Herald Hammer backline, aiming AoEs and min-maxing facets to help the Zerg. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to get burnt out if I go too hard with it. I mean, today we're just... Look, you can think of today's stream and yesterday's stream to an extent, some of these recent ones, as deeper talks about the project. Because, you know, I've introduced this to people. And, you know, I had the opening tangible stuff, and we've talked about a wide variety of topics. But largely, I haven't really given you guys a true sense of the scope, right? These are all things... Ultimate Dominator is a bit more of a kick in the teeth than I thought it was going to be. But most of this I had already thought of and understood. And I know that I have to... Like, this is not a we're going to be done in a week kind of thing. This is not a we'll be done in 3 months kind of thing. And I've always known that it's not going to be that. I'll cleanse their emote here so that they can get through. But I do think it's nice to, on stream, talk about these things and show these things to people and have these conversations. A lot of it, you know, some of the details... I still have a lot to learn, but don't worry, guys. I know I've known from the start that this was. I'm completely making a ludicrous mistake here. We're gonna run out of stab in a second. I'm gonna get to the far side, and they're gonna want me to run too. Oh no, that guy's got that corner. That's good then. We got it. Cleansing me, cleansing this guy. They got it themselves. The other defeated guy's coming. All right. So yeah, anyway, you know, that's something. I'm probably not going to do well. Look, the Ultimate Dominator, this is the thing. Maybe I ignore Ultimate Dominator for now. Maybe I just get the diamond chests for now. A diamond chest a week is like something tangible I can say, all right, I want to do that. And that sounds fun, and that sounds rewarding enough, and it sounds, you know... And if this AFK technique thing helps, then good, it helps. Our Earth Swap stab was actually really good there. Well, it wasn't really good, but it was nice to not get stunned by that cannon. Ultimate Dominator itself, we might... I don't know. Maybe I AFK in a keep on a Treb at the perfect position. But I do it on a Sikkim Soul Beast. So every now and then I just fucking press 2 buttons and get a random kill. There's no shame when you're in World vs. World. There's no reason to get competitive or have any pride in World vs. World. None of it matters. So, yeah, I like the kind of exploity thing as well. The thing is, it's a sort of a team scenario. World vs. World is like this... I'm just concerned that people would get really salty about it, and I don't know what the rune is. I don't know how to read the rune there. Here's a beautiful expression. Any PvPer should be more than familiar with the game. When you find yourself being toxic and you didn't want to be toxic, okay? Here's the truth. When you're in a room full of monkeys throwing shit, it's hard not to get a little bit dirty. That's why I was toxic. I'm sorry. Okay? Now that applies to World vs. World as well. But I don't know what the status quo is. I don't know whether people will tolerate that level of slimy gameplay. Because it is slimy gameplay, let's be real. I'm not sorry about you hating World vs. World, but I find it sad so many dismiss World vs. World lovers. Yeah, to tell you the truth, you know, I don't actually judge World. I think it's a bit of a funny thing to get serious about. And I don't really buy the argument that it's genuinely fun gameplay. What I think has happened with World vs. World is, and this is very arrogant, I'm about to say, but it's my genuine belief, is that I think if you play something too much or for a certain amount of time, you sort of you acclimate to anything, right? Like, and it's a beautiful thing. If you go back to a really old JRPG that looks horrible and hideous and old, after enough hours playing it, you're not thinking about those grimy aspects of it. You're not thinking about the excessive grind or the poor rendering of whatever, or you know, the bad itemization. You've learned to acclimate to it, and you found out where the joy is in it, And you're basically just thinking about that. I think the same thing happens to World vs. Worlders when they play it for a long time. I think that they've forgotten... it's not that they've forgotten how to be objective about it, but and I do this too in the various formats I play and games I play. It's just easy to overlook all the rubbish stuff about it, you know. They're used to running around aimlessly for ages, but they're now conditioned to sort of think it's okay and it's not that bad. They're used to these really crappy, gimmicky, like half-baked 1v1s that always end with people stealth disengaging or getting one shot and roll over by a Zerg. They're used to just spamming, back in the day, like Guardian Staff autos, right? Like, but they get lots of loot and they're just kind of conditioned to enjoy that now. And I think that the game type is pretty much propped up by that for those who enjoy it now. And I think a lot of World vs. World, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I only think it's a bad thing when World vs. Worlders have lost inspiration for the kind of radical changes that could happen to that format that would make it truly amazing. And they just don't like the idea of radical changes anymore. They don't like the idea of nearly any change anymore, just because they're so embedded in what they currently understand it to be. And I think that the other little dimension to this too is the community side of things. I think people play and are tolerant of very bad game experiences as long as they have a community in it. As long as they got some buddies, as long as they've got their team speak, as long as they've got, you know, their expectation they can log in and see a certain number of faces and there's a certain schedule to keep with those around them. As long as they have that assurance, I think people put up with a lot of really bad stuff. And I think World vs. World pretty much embodies that too. I really do. I think the game type itself is not very well designed. It's not very fun. It's pretty difficult to get into and find the joy. But those who have found it now are sort of blind to all that other stuff. That's what I genuinely think about World vs. Worlders. I really do. I think that there's been a loss of objectivity. And that's a very arrogant and presumptuous thing for me to say, to act as if I know other people's minds. And also to act as if, by giving you that argument, to suggest that I'm somehow above it with my discussions about other formats, you know, which I'm obviously not. I just think we all become blind to things, and I think World vs. Worlders definitely are blind to things. So anyway, whenever I'm being judgmental on a stream about World vs. World players, I'm mostly doing it in a tongue-in-cheek, jokey way. I don't hold anyone, you know, it's not a personal thing, right? Like, I don't think anyone's personally offended. I also think I'm in quite a fortunate position now where serious, like, hot-blooded World vs. Worlders aren't anywhere near any of my content because I've just burned them so long ago, and I'm fine with that. I really don't care because I just feel nothing in common with them. So, but I would like to one day, if the format itself is better and more meaningful, and really you're looking at alliances for that. I mean, that's what I feel. Alright, okay, so we've done pages. Now we're going to go do this Jin thing. So I'm going to turn this party into a squad. And we're going to move on from this topic because despite everything I said there, I still don't like the idea of upsetting people. And I'm sure people do get upset when they hear me talk about this. So, yeah, let's just go on and let's do this Jin thing. And again, if you guys know how to get easy diamond chests, and by easy I don't mean fast, I mean easy, alright? As in between Q pops while playing and experiencing things I really do care about. Let's have it, alright? And we'll just start working on getting a diamond chest a week. It's something that I need to do, and I probably should be on it now. So, here's the thing. The board isn't up, so we're in that situation again of wondering, okay, is a fight in progress? I guess Kato can tell us. Is it there, Kato? Worst case scenario, we have to wait like 5 minutes or so here for it to appear at the board, then we can grab it and spawn it. That gives you guys time to join. This again is EU today. It's the first EU one for a while, so hopefully that will be fun for you guys to get in and enjoy yourselves. Speaking of World vs. World, like literally, like it's for this skin and all the skins leading up to it. It's quite a big chunk of the wardrobe that I need to work on. And, you know, there's other stuff as well beyond that. I need the tentacle, the World vs. World tentacle armor. I need the World vs. World equivalent of obsidian weapons. I have all the others. There's some, I can show you, in fact. There is, so hero weapons. I need to do these. And then you upgrade them as well. Gifts of battle I'm fine with for now. But there is another, this here, legacy armor. This gives you like a lot of weird stuff that was really rare gear in the game. Thanks very much for the sub there to Skelefy, was that? This gives you a lot of rare gear in the game, but I have this from the old PvP crafting system. This is like tribal armor and stuff. which is like one of the few barefoot sets in the game, essentially. When you're in Asura, it gives you like cocaine. It gives you shoes that look like you've just walked in flour or coke or something. It's kind of funny. We always call them the coke shoes. But yeah, so these I already have, so that's not actually a reason to do world versus world for me. But the hero stuff is, the armor is, the backpack is, the titles and the achievements are. And that's just lots of diamond chests. Wait. The worst part is that legendary bounty can take up to 60 minutes to respawn. Really? Era card is on a map where it's up, apparently. Let's have a look here. I'm not sitting here for 60 minutes. I was going to say, we can read some mail. Ah, brilliant. It is here. Era card, you're a god, man. What a genius. Here, we can even super metagame this. Let's accept our reward for extra loot and then go immediately back to the old shard. All right? Pro tip, guys. Look at that. We got the volunteer's blessing now. Karma gain increased. Here, I'll be a professional squad runner as well. You guys can ferry in on that. So, I'll wait for a couple more people. Now, let's go back to our mails. So, what am I doing with this now, then? What? I guess we'll see. Right. Now, we've got more upgrades to do. Now, here's another thing. So, Mile and Milk, who I believe did that insane donation the other day. And I just wanted to check as well, if you're watching, if you're around, if you saw this. For Master Stream, if you search on the TP, unopened Endless Desert Mystery Tonic. Unopened Desert Mystery Tonic. You can get that one for 20 gold. So it's this one here. Now, mousing over it, it doesn't say whether it's a novel or whatever, but it is. So we're going to grab that for 20G. You don't need to use statuettes. That was something we were looking at yesterday. Also, there are 3 exotic weapons from the Sandswept Isles that are pretty cheap, 10 gold or so, that I saw those in the wardrobe unlocker you still need. So the Inquest Mega Spanner, 12 gold. This is a landmine that we missed. Look at this, guys. It's almost like a community project here, because you guys, look at how much help I'm getting. This is insane. The Inquest Tuning Rod, 17 gold. The Phase Scalpel. And I actually do remember mousing over these, but the icon and the name just made me feel like they were gem store for some reason. For 7 gold. Look at that. What if we'd unlocked that? How bad would that have felt? Lastly, so to continue on the Lion Guard weapon, just for your information, the Lion Guard underwater weapons all have 2 different skins. There's one version in PvE you can buy with Karma. Delete mail. And another version from the old PvP skin system, which are only obtainable from the wardrobe unlockers now. Unfortunately, the one you unlocked from the weapon unlocker yesterday is the PvE version, I think. Ouch. Brilliant. So that feels pretty bad, man. Now, we're getting pretty clogged with mails. Somebody sent me a single potato. I never used to accept personal donations, but nowadays I do. So thank you for that potato. That's very helpful. People wanting to join the guilds, which is not to do with this project, so we'll ignore those. All right. Thank you very much. Ethereus, let's get out of it. Follow the pink tag. Look at this. Look at this. There's such a difference between EU. I'm not even begged you guys to join the squad here. I've just said I'm squad up. It's EU. That's all I've done. And the squad's got a sizable chunk. I'm not even on my hands and knees yet. For NA, you know, I got to work that. I got to milk that udder. Wait, what's the... Is that... Can we use that? Anyway. Let me look in chat. Was there any good advice that I missed here? Scrolling up. A reasonable amount of world versus world discussion. World versus world is the least accepting or whatever it is you said there. I don't know whether I really have interacted enough with people in World vs. World to sort of broadly judge them, and I'm always a bit hesitant to do that. I reckon there's probably all sorts of people that play World vs. World, and, you know, hopefully you can't sort of paint them all with one brush. However, that said, I do think there is another... If we're going to do a whole thing about the World vs. World side of the game, there is another thing I am fairly confident happens. I do think that World versus World team speaks. And by the way, you guys might think I've never done World versus World, alright? Let's just be very clear. I have done a good amount of World versus World. I'm rank at 855. I've done a good amount of TeamSpeak World versus World. I've done a good amount of Discord-based World versus World, though admittedly not very much in recent years, right? Like, I have experienced World versus World communities, just not much compared to the insane amounts my communities have, right? And I openly acknowledge that. But one thing I do sort of feel I've seen and sort of, you know, I can imagine happening as well. Maybe my imagination a bit, my conjecture there. But is that they get very echo chamber. You kind of have a couple of very vocal people in these communities that can kind of swing a prevailing opinion very hard. And it's kind of hard to talk out against it. And when you're in a guild, when you're in a community, when you're in a server where you can get online and hear 20 plus nerds generally all nodding in agreement about one thing or another, there's not going to be much room for that to be attacked or changed. And it's going to feel like that opinion is the de facto opinion, and that it is the fact, you know. So when miserable balance comes in, and I don't deny miserable balance has existed for World versus World and exists right now, but these things become very dogmatic and very, you know, no, this is the state of the game, full stop, and we're very confident about stuff that is not actually necessarily true or factual. Because you get these big echo chambers. I think the World versus World has a tendency to be like that a little more than others, just because of that whole, you know, argumentum ad populum thing. In World versus World, it's quite convincing. If you hear like 40 guys all agreeing and saying the same thing and shit talking the same thing or complimenting the same thing, though admittedly that's going to happen. If you hear 40 guys like that, you really are going to think, no, this is the state of the game. This is how things are. If you're in a raid, it can get a lot like that as well. But there's sort of a little bit more wiggle room, I think. So anyway, yeah, I think that there's possibly a bit of that going on. Maybe we're not really talking about games anymore with that, but I think from my experiences and sort of the sense of it, do you guys get what I'm sort of getting at there? And that's not necessarily good for World versus World, because that might mean unhealthy, inaccurate opinions and beliefs sort of end up being treated as stuff that devs actually need to act on, or maybe they don't. Or things are being prioritized that shouldn't be. Or things are being put off that shouldn't be. And that's kind of a big thing with World versus World. You know, the devs are very scared to experiment with it because people think it's shit. Alright, well, what I should have done is go to the 10-man variant here for the shouts and whatnot, but that was okay. And we can get Aetherius. So, well done, EU. That was brilliant. So here's our next riddle. I never told the prince this one because he wouldn't appreciate it, but I think you have a sense of humour. It should be easy for anyone who knows me well. Alright, go for it. He looks elegant in his fine feathers, but all he does is squawk. What a tranquil place the world would be if these birdies couldn't talk. What is he? A mower? A politician? A courtier? Or a royal guard? Well, mowers can't talk, so it's not going to be a mower. He looks elegant in his fine feathers, but all he does is squawk. It sounds like it's a slight towards politicians, doesn't it? Which, I don't know why we're throwing shade at politicians here, as though they don't get enough in the real world, but yet they're democratically elected. Okay, let's not go on about that. I don't know, maybe it seems like it's that. Are we saying that we'd be very happy if politicians couldn't talk? I mean, I think that's... I don't think it can be that, surely. Maybe it's royal guard, right? He's a guy that's standing there. He's all show. He's in ceremonial garbs. A courtier? Maybe it's courtier, actually. So what would we even think of a courtier as? Just someone who... perhaps... Let's try a courtier. Yeah, someone who's like undeservingly at the higher echelons of society is what I guess that they were driving at, right? Courtiers, gab, gossip, babble. I admit, it does seem empty in here without them. I have one more riddle for you, but you have to wait until tomorrow. No sense rushing things. See you. So there you go. That's our penultimate riddle. and we'll do the next one tomorrow, and you'll see me bumble my dumb ass through that. I like how I go back to chat and the first thing I read is Boris Johnson looks like a comic book villain. He's like a budget kingpin. All right. Oh, we get players putting fireworks, I guess, at the same time. So that means, by the way, I'm still very happy with this because the Desert Highlands. The only other thing we need is to avoid 3 consecutive pot attacks by Aetherius. Shit. Oh my god, we actually have 3 days in a row to do it. How can I tell what my progress is? Did we avoid his pot attacks today? Damage taken. Build up, build up, build up. Lightning form, build up, lay energy, build up. Ice storm. Water form. Ice storm. Ice spike. And then fractals. I think we avoided it. I think we did avoid it today. Someone said I got hit. I don't know. Alright, well, look, we'll look at that. But yeah, these are the only 2 achievements I need here. And then we've got the Riverlands done. We've got the Oasis done. We've got the Highlands done. We've got the Specializations done. We've got the Masteries done. We've got the Crystal Desert done. And we just need a couple from the Desolation and Vabi at that point. And then that's the Path of Fire section complete. Which is kind of overdue, to be honest. Oh, another thing I wanted to talk about was this. There's a new rare collection, Ultra Shiny. You get this from doing the world boss stuff. So world bosses are currently dropping. You'll have to excuse the inventory here. But they're currently dropping these, right? Djinn tokens and essences. So basically these are consumables, right? These Djinn energy clusters from doing world bosses. During this event, and it's only during this event. Once this goes away, you have to get it from the new wing, so I kind of want to focus on these. Most of the time you're going to get crap, right? Everything in the bottom tier and the uncommon tier is pretty crap. However, there's new skins appearing at rare and mats, and super rare, which you're basically never going to get directly, is the super expensive new infusion from the new wing, and also these ultra shiny sets. So basically a lot of world boss training is going on right now to get these. And I have been doing a bit of it. So I've got 6 of them I wanted to open on stream with you guys. So here, if you look, we got nothing. Now those are purchasable on the trading post, okay? So I don't know. But also we get the raw materials here. Which we can trade at Glenna or the Magnetite Operative. So I'll just quickly show you that. Over at the aerodrome. Actually, we're in combat here anyway, and to be honest with you, I want to build more of those up before we go look at those. Someone bought 1,000 gold worth of those items and got 10 gold worth out of them. Yeah, I mean, it really is a hell of a gamble. I don't know if the items are directly on the trading post, but if you guys are still wanting to help out, one of the things... Oh, we got an item. Hold on. Oh, it's these, of course. Duh. I thought it was a skimmer or a jackal that had come in. Alright, let's collect those. So, yeah, that's just a big thing at the moment. I think you're daily capped as well on how many you can get, like, mine. Also, I don't know how long till destabilized magic ends. We also have the new Mystic Forge recipes unlocking here. There's a lot going on with Guild Wars, honestly. Okay, so these are all thingies, right? So what we can actually do... Where's my black line kit? I don't know. Let's get these pages out of this as well for what it's worth. Alright, whatever. Just click unlock skin. I'll clean this all off at some point. Unlock skin. Use. And then it becomes this. which then we can actually add to the wardrobe. So another tonic. I'm really happy with the tonics. I feel like these are tangible things we can get really close to and then unlock this. So that's another like 4 unlocks we got right there. Thank you for that mail. That's incredibly useful. Taking a look back at our tonic section. Wait, what was it we just got? It was... The fragments was yesterday. That was yesterday. I genuinely don't remember. What was it we just unlocked? I can probably see by going to the trading post, my transactions, history. Oh, desert mystery. That was what it was. Alright, so various desert creatures. Let's see. So we can become gazelle. This thing's really slender. Not gazelle. What is this? Is this the really crappy ranger pet? Oh my god, we can become a jacaranda? Oh, it sounds pretty good too. I wonder what emotes they get. Oh, there's so much to check. Yeah, the stalker, the aqua stalker, that's it, well done. Here's the lion, the sand lion. This is the pet I was thinking of. He feels pretty good on over the shoulder. They can all jump as well. This is a good quality tonic. Scarab, even the scarab could jump. So because they put jump animations on all these for the expansion, does that mean they do more in combat? Can become a new harpy. This is a hell of a tonic. This would go pretty high on the list, I think. Let's go into the novelties now and click through so that we can see every single one. So, we have to click from here. Oh yeah. Look, the bogger's on there as well, not just the jacaranda. So the 2 plants. We can become a sand shark? A big ass sand shark? Oh, look at this. Look how detailed these guys are. They're fantastic. Give me that sand shark. And we're going to move on to the next unlock in a second, guys. I just want to see the sand shark. What else is there before it cycles? There's the harpy. And then we're back. So sand shark's the only one that we've not got lucky on the RNG here. Come on. I actually see a lot of the sharks, to be honest, from other players. I didn't know that that was endless, though. I thought that they were like using single use or something. Look at this. Why does it double up sometimes? That's pretty lame. Harpy. If there's anything that makes me feel like Polymorph, is this. Don't forget you can change their stance by stowing, yeah. So this is the basic stance. And then we can have him like twist his tendrils. There it is. Whoa. Yeah, he's pretty big. Let's do kite. Alright, the kite doesn't scale that much. But yeah, he's pretty big. What I want to do now is float somehow in the sky so we can see his full body. We actually do look a bit like a beached fish there. It's actually kind of good. If I dance, does he flop around? He sort of does, yeah. Oh look, this is a guy who's become a ghostly sand shark by comboing it with the thing. Oh no, he's not a ghostly sand shark, he's a branded thing. Yeah, the RNG there was pretty bad. Dude, love it. Okay, alright. Enough looking at tonics. As high value as they are. The crate keys. I'm blanking. What? There was something else. It's not a mail. We've now read all the relevant mails. Was it an achievement? No, we've kind of done that. Another thing to consider with the tonics is costume brawl's skills, if they have them and if they're good skills. Yeah. Yeah, I would like to do the tonic tier list. I would. I think that would be a fun little project. I really do. You can craft the new shiny weapons. Just look at the essences. Yeah, I'm just going to build up more currency before we look at that. We'll look at that another day. 1 per boss per day per account, and it's going till the 25th. Yeah, we have to find the right time to buy those, basically. We have to find the perfect time to buy them. There was kites. Guild kites. So this section, this here, this was a combination of other kites that I think I could have maybe got. Some of these are from the Zephyrite Festival, which hopefully will be in a few weeks, right? That'll be the next major release, probably. The Zephyrite Festival. The Bazaar coming back. And we'll, like, combine those. And then, like, some of them are dry top or it was gem store or something. Music weapons are going to take ages. Some of these I could actually pick up. He's the only one, but I have to wait for Halloween. A lot of these I have to wait for Halloween. What about minis? I think there was a mini that I wanted to get on one of these streams that was possible. It's pretty rigged. Someone opened 500 of the clusters and didn't get a single skin. Exotic weapons for the DP? No, we already did that. I don't know. All right, well, look, I said it was going to be a short stream, and we've actually almost gone an hour and a half here anyway. So, was it something to do with the squads? Oh, this is going to piss me off, but I also need to go to bed. So before this gets boring, let's just leave it there, all right? Look, it's a bit of a crappier one today, I know. But, look, we'll be back in force tomorrow, and we'll keep going with it. I'll find that direction. You guys can continue. These mails have been amazing, right? So we did do some good stuff here. Showed off a little bit of the Fractal, had some good discussion about some of the elements of this. Obviously waiting for new Black Lion chests, the Diamond World versus World thing, if you guys want to lend me your advice. And we'll just leave that on there. Look, we did all the races. I know what it was. Well, I know what one thing was. Let's cap it out with the Merlin race. Because we didn't race on Merlin yet today. And this again is another high RNG thing that we're just going to have to keep rolling on. Why is... Here he is. I can't remember playing my Deadeye since the last Merlin race. Oh, maybe I did. Maybe because I was looking at the PP stuff on stream. Druidstone tomorrow. Maybe. Yeah, actually. Maybe. It could be a good day to do it. Again, I've just got that thing, though, where I feel really out of touch with the game. And I don't want to do a stream playing the same stuff we already played. I wonder if I can just jump straight back into it. That was terrible. And we're going to do terrible here. Look how sleepy we are. Let's try again, at least. We want to make sure we get at least a good enough opening to get gold. That feels like that was a really late play, which it might be kind of nice, to be honest. Yeah, so, I don't know. Maybe I can just immediately remember all the mechanics and just get straight back into it. Because I do feel really bad I've not played more of that. Really bad, actually. I should have done the preemptive flap. There we get the double. That was fine. We're going to raise early here. We're not going to dick about. Come on. Oh, that would have been so good. I'm trying to do something really stupid at the end there. All right, let's just go again. Is Druidstone the kind of game that multiplayer would work well with? Because I gotta say, I don't even know, to be honest. So what we do is we go low and we flap once and we get our endurance for another flap there. Did you see that? So we can just flap a ton. Straight over the corner of the pyramids. And then like that. Something like that. Rank 1, 25,440. I feel like I always get 25,440. That's another level. Look how quick you level on this, man. This is insane. I'm actually going to get a level 80, you know. Before we get this fucking Griffin, I'm going to get a level 80 character. Ready? Nope. 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 Does it still drop? Does it actually still drop? That's 27 rolls we've gone now. Yeah, I haven't even fixed the issues with it. Exactly, so I don't even know. Oh, not really, because of how the order of turns works. Alright, apparently it does still drop. Alright, no, I trust you guys. I trust you. And I'm still blanking on what this thing was going to be. Was it Living World Season 3 feature? Was it a hidden achievement somewhere? I can't remember. But here, to replace whatever it was I wanted to do, here's a very minor thing I want to gamble on. So let's pick a new character that I don't play very much. And it can be a low level actually as well. So we can pick a really crappy character that, to be honest, shouldn't really be on the account. Oh, but... Who are these guys? Oh, there were some random ideas I had. I guess we'll just take the Warden of Moons for now. Because I don't anticipate playing this again for a while. You should start writing down your Guild Wars 2 daily master routine. Yeah, I know. It might start getting a bit like work at that point, though. I don't know. I have an achievement, okay, where I need to kill one boss in the open world. One boss. And it will ding the next tier of my precursor collections. However, that boss is a very rarely spawning early game boss that dies pretty much instantly once the dynamic event is up, because new players will be there and, you know, the game's not a challenge, it's early game, so stuff just gets annihilated. What it is it's a Marsh Drake Broodmother here in Metrica Province, and we need to kill one to get the last tier of the Moot, which has just been, you know, slowly working over the years. So when we ding this, we go up to the Moot tier 2, and there's a whole other bunch of things that will just randomly and accidentally proc. But since this legendary collection came out, I have never killed this Marsh Drake, just because it's so rare. It spawns somewhere here, Wiki says, and you just kind of got to wait in this area of the world, and hopefully the dynamic event comes up. So what I'm going to do is just have this character AFK here every now and then, and maybe we'll open the stream, just log in here, and who knows, one day we might just look and it'll be like the dynamic event's there, and we can get it. But apparently this thing has like an hour-long cooldown or something. It's nuts, maybe even longer than that, and you just so rarely see it. It's inside and below, is it? What, we wait inside? So maybe I'll wait here and we see. So yeah, we'll wait with that. And yeah, that's about it. All right, guys, that's it. That's Master for today. Thanks very much for tuning in, letting me ramble. If you're a Wild versus Wilder, I hope you take everything I say with a grain of salt, and yeah, enjoy yourselves. See you tomorrow.